Are you waking up to the fifth dimension and you actually are really on board? You are recognizing, I am an intuitive being. You are completely available to the fact that I have inner senses, I have inner guidance, and you even accept I have a divine support system that will help me in every way. But still, you're not sure you're getting the memo, you're not sure you're getting the guidance, you're fearful that you might be missing it. Well, my name's Sonia Choquette, and today I'm going to teach you how to communicate with your guides, and more importantly, how to recognize when they are communicating with you, and how to put yourself in a state of mind that you are guidable, which is the most important. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you wholeheartedly. Maybe your spirit guides brought you here. I think so. So think about the impulse that landed you here, because that was spirit guidance. And if you have been with me for a while, welcome back. Today we're going to learn the skills of how to speak spirit. The first thing you have to recognize about spirit guidance is they are here to help you, but they are not here to take your life over and tell you what to do. Think of it like a basketball game. You know, if you have the coach on the side giving you, if you're the player, giving you tips on how to play the game and what to look for, but the coach is never going to say, look, better yet, you sit down and I'll play the game for you. You wouldn't even want that. What a drag. You want the fun of the game. So that's what life is like. It's a game, and the game is rising to the fifth dimension and letting the spirit guides coach you as a natural way of being. Make this your new normal, which means step number 1, get out of your head. Quit resisting, doubting, second-guessing, fighting back, arguing, or needing to know why. One of the biggest things I hear, one of the most common things I hear all the time when it comes to guidance, really good guidance, is it's prefaced with this statement, I don't know where that came from. I don't know why that happened. It doesn't make any sense, but, and then they proceed to tell me the most amazing story. And I'll tell you why. It's your spirit guide or guides, because we have many, who are helping you fulfill your soul's intentions. For example, I have a wonderful client that told me yesterday, fabulous spirit guide story. A young man from Mexico, he just got a visa to come to America and go to college, but he had no mentoring. He didn't even understand the colleges, and there was no one in his life to help him. So finding himself in New York with this intention to go to school and learn business, but no idea how it worked. He was walking along the street one day and got this spontaneous impulse to turn into a fast kind of convenience store. Once inside, but it really wasn't his habit, he walked right over to the magazine section instead of like get a drink, get a candy bar. And right there on the shelf, on the top shelf facing out, was a magazine listing all the top universities and their specialties and how to get in. It's exactly what he needed, a consolidated instruction on what's what. Furthermore, he opened the magazine, and the first page he turned to was a business school, and that's exactly what he wanted to study. And the description of the school was perfect for him. He applied. He got accepted. He said, it changed the course of my entire life for the better. That's a spirit guide. That's called a runner. They connect you to the things you're looking for that support your intention. So if you want guidance, it helps to have clear intentions. Now, here's the thing about him. He wasn't hoping to get into college. He intended to. He just didn't know how. That's when the spirit guide said, well, let me help you by suggesting you look at this. The spirit guide didn't say, you need to do this and you need to go there, which a lot of people feel is what spirit guidance is, and it's absolutely not. Another thing about spirit guidance is that your spirit guides are very funny. And they have a tremendous, tremendous sense of humor in how they try to get your attention. A very common way is if you're ever in a bookstore or even around any group of books, a book will just plop right out of the shelf onto your head or your lap or you're just directed to it all of a sudden. And those are teacher guides trying to get your attention and literally handing you something and saying, look at this. I think I have over 5,000 people over the last 20 years since I wrote my book. Ask your guides, which, by the way, you should get. Ask your guides, connecting with your divine support system, told me the way they found that book is it plopped on their head at a bookstore, or it popped up on their feed out of nowhere when they're scrolling, or someone just mentioned it to them out of the blue. That's another way your spirit guides communicate. They will use people to communicate. They will direct your attention to podcasts and books and magazines, just like I'm giving you examples, because you need that information. Those are teacher guides and runner guides or helper guides. Another way that spirit guides communicate with you is they just plop ideas in your head that you never thought of before. Years ago, I was renovating a house that was very close to another house in Chicago. I mean, they had this side window between the two houses, this kind of the horizontal window that was just ugly. And I was staring at that and thinking, well, I need a solution, when all of a sudden what plopped into my mind was stained glass. Now, I'm not one, I never at that time did stained glass occupy my consciousness. It wasn't a thing that I thought about or considered, but it was a perfect solution. It's exactly what we put in that window. Stained glass. Got the light. It was beautiful. Didn't see the ugly view. That was a helper guide. Now, healer guides will talk to you in a way that's very interesting. They will direct your awareness, attention, or curiosity into new ways or new things to heal yourself. I have a client who is really frustrated over her weight, over her inability to lose weight, over her inability to exercise it off, and she's just demoralized because she wants to not only feel more physically fit, but she has aches and pains. Well, one day she woke up and she had this thought, I need to be allergy tested. Never crossed her mind, never had any food reactions, didn't have rashes, didn't have anything, but she did test her allergies and found out that she was just borderline celiac. She was so intolerant of gluten. And so she changed her diet, got rid of gluten, and it's something she lived on actually, and it was something that was a staple of her life. And when she got rid of her gluten, her health improved, her weight started falling off, her energy came back. She said, you know what? This was pre-gluten mania days. This was 15 years ago. This is something that I know my spirit guides answered because I was so demoralized. I needed help. That's another way. Your guides will help you if you just say help, but you got to be helpable. You've got to be available to what is suggested. I have a client who is just really living hand to mouth and has been for many, many years. And one day she woke up and she said, Will. Now, at first she thought it was the name of a guy, and then she thought it was the name of, someone she needed to meet. But within 3 weeks, she was contacted that a woman that she house sat for and nursed a little bit before she passed away left money for her in her will. So that was a messenger guide just saying, look, surprises are coming your way, because they never discussed that. And she didn't even help that woman for that long. But they got along really well, and she had such a good time, and she was remembered in a very surprising way. The key to being guided is to be open, receptive, clear about what you want guidance in, not fight and argue. Just say, okay, I'll consider it, and do. Better yet, say yes. There's so many things that the guides are trying to help you with when the world says no or not possible, when you can say, well, my guides say it is possible. I definitely have had so many gifts in my life because the guides have helped me. My guides have told me to write books when everyone said, why write a book? It's too hard to get published. You're crazy. And mine just flew out of my hand, and through serendipity and assistance and guidance and earth angels, I was published without even struggling because I was so intent on being of service and wanting to work out in the world. That's how my first book, Psychic Pathway, got published. Lots of guidance, a lot of help, and what I would call, and what I'm fully available for, a lot of miracles. You know, Einstein said it really well, and I just want to summarize it in this little video. There's two ways to live in the world. One is if nothing's a miracle, and the second is if everything's a miracle. And when you live with the fifth dimension, you are in the fifth dimension, everything is a miracle, and these spirit guides come and help you. Now, the thing is, you have to be willing to be helped, but do understand what spirit guidance is not. It won't flatter you. It won't tell you ever that you're special and that you're better than other people, nor will it control other people. You know, our egos want our spirit guides to make someone love me or make that guy hire me. Or we can't make anybody do anything, and the spirits will never, ever participate in that. Any of that is just ego stuff. Your spirit guides will never force anything. They'll simply suggest. And if it's important, like this could save your life, they might suggest pretty earnestly and repeatedly, but they will never say, you have to do this, and then give up your free will. Nor will they want your free will. You can't say to your spirit guides, tell me what to do. But what you can say is, what do you suggest? I'm open to all considerations. Even that alone puts you in the mindset and the receptivity to receive guidance. So the question is, how guidable are you? Now, I wrote my very, very, very best-selling book, Ask Your Guides. I also have it on audio. And if you want to know more about guides and how to receive guidance, you would really want to check out this book, Ask Your Guides. And I suggest you do both the book and audio because I am transmitting from the guided fifth dimension when I'm channeling that book. So you'll get the vibration and the feeling of that guided energy. You'll get guided immediately because it's the natural plan. But even trying these few things and checking in will start the process right away because we are moving to the fifth dimension. This is part of our natural way, and this guidance is what we need. We need the support. The best part is you learn you're never alone. And with that, fear goes down and your heart opens, and that's when life gets really good. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial on learning to speak spirit, and how to see the signs and get ready and ask for help and be on guard for what isn't spirit guidance. And thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and tell your friends, because that's how we get us all to the fifth dimension more quickly. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. All my love.